Well, good morning, everybody. Almost afternoon. This is Dave with Nomadic e-biking adventures. And today is Saturday, the last day of May, May 31st, 2025. And what is that? That's the Chicago River. And of course, we're in Chicago. We are on the, let's see if I can get this correct, the North Channel Trail. Something to that effect. Temperatures, well, we had a cold front go through last night. Hence, that's why I have a jacket on today. Because the temperatures, even though they're in the 50s, the wind is out of the north, and the Windy City is living up to its name. Out of the north at about 11 to 15 miles an hour. That's bringing the feels like temperature down in the 40s. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit cool today. So we're heading on the Skokie North Shore Channel Park or Trail, and I think round trip on this one, I think the trail is only like 8 miles, 10 miles long, and so we'll be probably 20 miles or less. This one seems like it's going to have a lot of road crossings. Yeah, a little bit of bite in the wind here. I'm hoping I don't have to get out my cotton gloves. So you saw yesterday that we were on the lakefront trail, and it, for the most part, was a pretty cool, comfortable day for biking, but we had a cold front come through, and that brought the temperature down a little bit. Now along this trail, I'll put little tidbits in the info so you can kind of read more, but what I understand, there's a lot of sculptures along this trail. So if you got the time to stop at each one and read about them, there's a lot of interesting sculptures on the trail here. But we're heading north from the parking lot. The parking lot is kind of in the center of the trail system. So this is a multi-use trail. You see walkers and joggers, and of course there's bicycle riders here, e-bikers. I'm glad I kind of did this trail on Saturday. Saturday is usually a busier day, and yesterday on the lakefront trail, it got kind of busy right after 1 o'clock, and I really didn't know why, but I can figure out the reason why is because I believe the college here, Loyola, which is nearby, I think yesterday was their last day of school. So that's why it was really crowded in the afternoon. So I'm gonna I was looking at my trip meter, it's still registering. Let's see if it resets. Well, it's still going. What the heck? I thought it was supposed to reset when the power gets turned off. So the main drag along here north and south is McCormick Boulevard. And this may take a little longer because of all the road crossings. Today will be our last day here. Tomorrow we start heading to Texas. Gonna be I'm gonna make it a 2-day ride. Tomorrow's about a 10-hour, 11-hour drive, and then the rest next day is going to be about 6 or 7 hours. I'm going to try to do a bike ride in Amarillo. There's a nice rail trail. It's in Amarillo. Not very long, but long enough. Right now it's 11:40 in the morning. Yeah, there's a ton of sculptures around here. I say it's a good thing the sun is out. It's filtered sunshine, but it does make it feel a little bit better. guys. So as you can see, this trail kind of splits and zigzags all over the place, and yet more art sculptures all over the place. That's the Chicago River there. Oh, there's a kayaker out there. No alligators. In the parking lot, I saw some people running with just t-shirts on. I said, well, maybe it ain't that bad, but man, I'm glad I kept my jacket on. Man, this wind is bitter. In fact, I may even wimp out and get the cotton gloves out. This trail's not as wide, it's multi-use, so if there's people out walking and stuff, you know, and you come up on a biker at the same time, you're gonna have to either give or take. There's a trail partially along this route that's on the other side of the river. I kind of mapped it out a little bit to kind of hit it. There's a different way on the way coming and going. Park. There's a lot of little names on these parkways. I think that a lot of these locals think this is a real nice out. Gulf Road. That's where we're at right now. Or Emerson Street. I'm kind of proud of myself. I haven't come down with a cold at all since coming back to the northern climate. Of course, dressing for the weather is a big factor, and your overall health. I do have some sniffles. Trail to the north, but if I go across the bridge here on the other side, there's a trail on the other side of the channel that will take back to the south, and there's the North Shore Channel. I think originally it was built for irrigation back in the day. So, little skate park. We got the wind to our back, so my hands are, I think I'll have a chance to warm up a little bit. I've noticed, I saw one other video on YouTube on somebody that did this trail, and I just noticed when I was watching it, boy, there's a lot of playgrounds on this thing. There's one here, and you can see one further down the trail. It just seems like there's a lot of playgrounds, which is fine. You know, kids need to play.
Want to travel the country without paying for hotels or rent? House sitting lets you stay in beautiful homes for free while caring for pets. I'm currently staying in a Victorian house built in 1885 in Chicago, Illinois for free, and I'll show you exactly how to get started. My free house sitting starter guide walks you through setting up your profile, landing your first house sit, and unlocking a life of travel on a budget. Link is in the description, or scan the QR code now. Grab your free copy now and start house sitting today.
These neighborhood gardens. Butler Park, city of Evanston, Evanston, Illinois, or Illinois. Laying hands on the tree. I think these are like neighborhood parks that are just all connected. Alright, let's see where we're going here. I think we need to cut across. There's no crosswalk here to get across. What the heck? think the cooler weather is keeping people out of the parks. You would think it'd be a little bit busier on a Saturday, which is fine. I mean, I'd rather it be nice and light, and it is for Chicago. I think I put that on the video yesterday. Chicago has 2.6 million. Yeah, let's see what we're gonna do here. I don't know if this is a one-way or what. Yeah, I gotta see where we're going after this. I think we're hooking back up with our regular trail again. Going over the North Shore Channel. There's a couple ducks down there. And I'm going to stop and get my cotton gloves out. Oh, my fingers are starting to get chilly. There they are. 2 gloves. Got my spare tire. Looked out pretty good with the tire. No problems so far. Ooh, that wind is just cold. Either that or my blood is too thin now. There you go. All right, 5.4 miles, 24 minutes on the seat. Oh, that feels better. Oh, that's Gandhi. That's a statue for Gandhi. See what this if it's That's the water intake. Was gonna hit across, but the light changed.
Wait.
A little after 12 o'clock right now, 12:05. You got a price of gas there, $3.49 a gallon. They always jack the price up when you get into Chicago, but on the way here to Chicago it was like $3.09. Nothing under $3 a gallon. All the sculptures around here again. I'm sure there's a website that has the names of all these and who did them and what they all mean and everything, so but if you're into sculptures, there's a ton of them around here. One thing I notice about people who park around here when you have to park out on the street is that they'll fold their side mirrors in. Because I imagine because the streets are so narrow, they get clipped pretty good. You know what? I was gonna go. Oh shit! I missed the other side of the trail. Where was that? I missed it. Well, let's should we go back? Let's go back. Wasn't paying attention to get on the other side of the trail. Let's go back. We want to do this right. We got plenty of time. Just heading back into the wind again. I think I can go this way and pick up that trail. Wasn't paying attention. That's what happens. Of course, didn't have my screen blasted out. Oh, wait. Man, I hate running over shit like that. It sounds like I'm gonna blow the tire out. Alright, so I think this is where I would have came across the bridge first. So we're gonna be turning around and coming back. Hi. So let's see what we want to do here. Go across. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that, and then we can zigzag around back over to this side again. I think this is where I had pulled over to put my cotton gloves on. Alright, so up here we can cross over and then take that trail to the left. And see, this is where I had got back on this one and crossed over here, so we're gonna, once we get across the bridge, we'll just hang a left. Doggy park. So up here is where we head back to the other side of the river. Yeah, is it best to, I guess we gotta go all the way over. On your right. Some people just walk down the middle of the trail. They haven't quite figured it out yet. Missed the L train going by. Another guy who likes to walk right in the middle. Like he likes to walk on the other side. trail ends. So this other one is Lincolnwood Central Park, or Centennial Park. So we're going to be coming back to the parking lot. I think we're going to end this video here, and then we'll pick up a new video heading south from the parking lot. How's that sound? Right now we're sitting at almost 10 miles. 45 minutes on the seat, so that should be pretty good. Hey, that guy's wearing gloves too. I'm not the only one. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this little ride. Appreciate you coming along, and we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, adios.